So for this stage right now, it's actually been a hell of a commodity. Well, I would say it's a hot topic ever since like what the first for the last what 4 or 5 years, pretty much.
Yes, yes. It's been
Final,
a big month waiting for this.
yeah, man, and I mean it's a big month regardless for a lot of stuff that are coming out, but this one particularly tops the cake because this has been one of the probably the most discussed topics of all time, and we're talking about Zack Snyder's like long debuted cut that he that he finally was able to produce. Thank you
The
to
Snyder cut.
TNT, man. Shoot.
Thanks to the fans, man. This wouldn't have been possible without the power of the fandom, which is makes it like one like a one of a time thing. I have you ever seen anything like it?
Mm, nah,
I
man.
mean,
Honestly, the one that comes close is Sonic, but this one actually is something completely different, though.
Like
This
like pretty
is
much
something else.
remaking a movie because fan demanded that there was a cut. We want to see that cut, and we're gonna do anything and everything in our power to be able to see that cut, and for that cut to happen, dude. This is like the biggest redemption story in Hollywood ever that I have ever seen. I don't know about you guys.
I mean,
Mhm.
outside of like full blown remakes, yeah, man, Sonic's the only thing I can even think of.
It's like a trend. Like is this working? Like we pushing? Is it working? Like is Hollywood actually listening to us? Is this happening?
It's the
I
power of
mean,
social media.
yeah, I was gonna say that too, but that's a double-edged sword too, man. Because it like now people want like all types of cuts that haven't been released or whatever. So just because this dude finally got his cut out now,
Yeah.
almost every movie that's gonna come, oh, now we have to release this cut, see what it's all about. But I feel like that's gonna be a double-edged sword later on. But nonetheless, though, this movie was this was a completely different movie,
Oh
and
yeah. Oh
I had
yeah.
a good feeling
Yeah.
that it was actually gonna be a lot better compared to Joss Whedon's version. Honestly, man, the first 20 minutes into the movie, I remember texting you too. I'm like, who the fuck is Joss Whedon, dog? Like, come on, man. Like, seriously, this shit's a hell of a lot better as it
I
is
mean,
already,
he
man.
did. He did a couple. He did. Like, how many Avengers did he did?
He did a
Whedon
few,
did.
man.
I think he did Age of Ultron. He did a couple of them. He's also all of his other Justice League is the first Whedon movie I didn't like. The theatrical
I
Justice League.
I
He's
think
a
I
good
think
director.
above direction because Chris is right. I'm not gonna say that Avengers was a bad movie. I mean, it wasn't the best. At least the first one, it wasn't because again we were like expecting more things that were about to come with Thanos and whatever they were building. This was like the unifying of this team, which was a great initiative, and it feels fine. I believe it's just more about uh, the tone. I believe wasn't the correct one for what was going on in DC. Like when you compare this movie probably to Man of Steel or Batman v Superman, it's just day and night. They're super different. It's not like Marvel. We've been seeing Robbie Downey Jr. with this tone of
Mhm.
how he is a superhero and the dynamics and what's going on with the plot and the violence or whatever they mix it, the humor. It's all matches. It's all on the same like
Tone.
like Blaine, exactly tone. When it comes to DC, man, I believe they just missed the mark there. Where like it just felt like we were watching something else, like a bad quality Marvel movie. At
That's what I
least
was saying. It was a copy and paste, bro. That's exactly what the theatrical version was, and thank goodness we no longer have to. I mean, even though people are saying this one is gonna be his version is technically still canon, but not in my book, dog.
No.
After seeing this dude, like, I mean,
I
there's a lot
mean,
of going on too with the canon stuff, but we can touch on that a little bit later.
Warner Brothers says that's not canon. I mean, do you think they will change their mind, or do we have to live in this world where the Josh Whedon version, the this league, it's canon, and the Zack Snyder version, it's not? Do you
I
think
mean,
they're gonna change their mind?
before we get into that, I just have one thing to say before we get into more of the meat of the movie or whatever. Um, it it's hard to in my opinion it's hard to compare it to like Avengers or any of those because somebody online put it really well is that Justice League the Snyder cut wouldn't have done well as two movies because the first half is all build up. So
Mhm.
if the first three parts of that movie ended and it was like, oh, Justice League Part 1, that movie sucks. But putting it all together in 4 hours, it's a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
Versus, Avengers 1, you get lots of action and payoff. Avengers 2, you get lots of action and payoff. Civil War, action and payoff. Justice League, to me, like it's really difficult for me to compare this to any other superhero movie because Snyder built it in an incredibly original way, and 4 hours was right. 4 hours is too long for most movies.
Yeah,
but he did it. I mean, it was perfect for the Snyder Cut. But
I mean, the concept of time and how long a piece of entertainment is, it's relative, because right now in this day and age, we're used to watch series, and we used to watch binge out whole series, and those series usually are like 5-6 episodes, and this happens constantly. Every time Netflix drops a series, people watch it in a day. So I mean, a lot of people say, this movie was too long. Yes, it was too long for what's considered theaters, because you go to a theater, damn, you gotta go pee at some point. Like you're gonna be like trapped no way out because you don't want to miss one bit of the movie. That it doesn't work. But when you're in your house, like watching it through streaming, it's a different vibe. That's why, and Chris is right. It's hard to compare to something else because it isn't like anything else. I mean, it's divided by parts. I believe they thought at some moment to make it episodic. I believe as a miniseries probably didn't happen. Maybe Zack Snyder said at the end, "Hey, listen, I'm just gonna do it as a movie, period. And if everybody want to stop it, they can. If not, they can just keep watching." And
people are gonna watch it either way.
Yeah. Exactly, and it worked. The way he portrayed it worked, and I don't mind if they keep doing this on HBO Max. Like if they can keep this universe there, because right now the issue that we're having is that this came out, it was successful, and for some weird, strange reason, Warner Brothers doesn't want to continue this thing, which is insane. Why don't you just have it in two universe? Have that HBO Max and just have your 2-hour movies. There's a little bit of a thing for everybody. And I believe isn't that what they wanted? Something for everybody? Didn't I hear that somewhere?
I'm sure somebody in some boardroom wanted that. Is there any way, just because I think we're getting into a little bit more like eccentricities of it or whatever, I would love to hear both of your like immediate takeaways from the movie, like a little round table. Like, I mean, I don't think we've actually reviewed the movie yet. We just talked about it was tight.
I mean, reviewing a 4-hour movie in a 10 or 15 minutes is hard. But I mean, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I feel it was more cohesive. It was more complete. The story made sense. Finally, I got some backgrounds, especially on the characters like Cyborg and the Flash.
That's all. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is caring about characters. Go ahead.
Those little pieces of information here and there help a lot to enjoy this movie and to care about those characters. I mean, that's my opinion. What about you, Manny? What do you think? What do you like the most?
Definitely that it fit all the puzzles like fit together now. Like you got like it's pretty much the same thing. You pretty much understand everything a little bit better in terms of character development. Clearly, Cyborg was actually the heart and soul of that movie. Yeah, that's pretty much what that was like. Once you see his scene, it's like, damn, yeah, this is gonna be a more complete story around everyone else, because he was like, yeah, he was just born twice, and
here's
the
the
second
thing
version.
Here's the thing with Cyborg, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, Manny. It's like he's the only one who didn't. One of the least one that wasn't born with powers. Mm-hmm. So it's like me following you, Batman. You know. But Batman was pretty much created when he was a kid, and yeah, you're right. But I don't know, he was just like that door, like he wasn't. I don't know, man. He presented like that aspect with his dad, his relationship with his mom, his journey was everything that pretty much connected this whole universe. And I want to ask you, Manny. I mean, and I know you were talking about this right now. Was it correct to remove him like from the movie, like they did with the Joss Whedon version?
After watching the second version, the first one, it was pretty messed up that they took him out, because at least now with him in the movie now, man, like he's gonna be more connected to everything, especially since he was actually born, well, I would say reborn out of the mother box materials. So he's gonna have a deeper connection of of like Apocalypse, like other planets that they can boom to as well. So the fact that he's able to like see into the future, glimpses depending on the moves that come in, man, like he's gonna be a real big impact, man, going here on out. And that's kind of what I appreciated a lot when I was watching it, at least when I was watching the Snyder Cut, man, because like the first version, they just made him look like some angry old dude, man, and he was just there for kickstart. Like, yeah, let's just throw in a token black guy and make him angry. Call it a day.
In the first one, it didn't make any. In the theatrical release, I didn't know why Cyborg was mad. I was like, "What's wrong with them?"
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It was not developed at all. And if anybody deserved an origin story, it was freaking Cyborg. I don't understand why all these companies are claiming that we need more representation, we need more of this, we need more of that. You got great characters that you are not investing in. Like, where is our Jon Stewart? Where is our Cyborg movie? I mean, why do we want to make probably, and this is the new things that right now J.J. Abraham is going to reboot Superman. Why do we want to make Superman black if we have all these black characters that need to be put forward, that exist? They're gonna make a Static Shock movie too, I believe. Manny mentioned that the other day. So where are these projects? That's what I'm saying. I want to know more about Cyborg. I love Cyborg in this movie. I think it was pretty much what got me into the team, and I was more easily able to relate with all this crew of weird people because of Cyborg. Because he's
really this is a footnote for another episode, not this episode, but the way that Marvel and Feige approach like African American issues in Falcon and the Winter Soldier are done incredibly well, in my opinion. It's artistic, and I want to revisit that at some point.
Yeah. Like I said, we're not against of black representation coming out. That's not the topic or the issue. Exactly. No. It's just that
are black.
Yeah. I mean, I'm Puerto Rican, but there's black somewhere in there. So like I'm not white. That I mean, if I wet my hair, it's gonna be like a super. It's I mean, whatever. But what I'm trying to say is that the characters exist. They have characters, and they don't use it. They don't utilize them. Like a great example, like this is doing with the Falcon. Hey, we got that character. Let's just push him forward. DC has their characters as well. Where are they? That's what I'm saying.
Do you guys think that the Snyder Cut is going to be the start of DC sort of finally repairing itself? Because they've had one good movie in the past, I don't know, better part of 10 years, and that was the Joker, which is not canon to anything else in their universe. It's a standalone
story. Yeah.
Even whether or not they decide that Snyder Cut is canon or it's not canon, it doesn't matter. Do you think the audience like feedback and the response from everything? Do you think that just because they've let me down so many times, I'm a little bit beaten down by this? Do you think that DC is healing and is going to start getting better, or is this another one-off and DC's going to keep being kind of watery and kind of shit?
I wouldn't say it's DC per se. It's mainly more Warner Brothers, man. But honestly, in terms of that question, though, this is literally the best reset button that they could have ever asked for, especially from the fans' point of view. They were demanding this to come out, and it just delivered so well. Everything fit, and this is like the perfect reset button for them to have to continue from here on forward, because they already have everything pretty much ground laid. They have their cliffhanger ending. They can literally just continue from there. They've obviously been having way more ideas with Ben Affleck's Batman movie. That's also going to be Snyder Universe. Black Adam supposedly is going to be Snyder Universe. Like this is like a ton, dude. This like
is the Robert Pattinson one not Snyder version? Like
nah.
So what's gonna happen is I believe that what they're discussing is creating multiple Earths, like Earth 1, Earth 2, basically the different timelines that the Flash can travel. I believe there's gonna be like a soft reset at some point with the Flash movie, and that's why we have probably Ben Affleck on that movie appearing, and Michael Keaton as well, because they're gonna do something like with the Flashpoint timeline, and they're gonna pretty much change a little bit of the universe, probably adding Robert Pattinson as the actual Batman for the new Justice League and the new Superman they're creating, which to me is a huge mistake. I mean, I'm with Manny. This was an amazing reset for all this franchise. The team is already built. The project is already going. It is successful based on the numbers of HBO. Let's just look for a medium and use it. I mean, I'm not saying that they have to cancel whatever they're planning to do with Superman or whatever they're planning to do with Pattinson. Hey, the more the merrier. If I can have 3 Supermans, 3 Batmans, so be it. Give me 3 Supermans and 3 Batman. I'll watch them all. But just disregarding all this, which is already built and could work so well with an R-rated type of story within the HBO, it's just criminal, man. It doesn't make any sense.
It's an ego thing, dog.
It's why everybody's fighting. Why are you want to kill the Snyderverse if everybody loves it? And it's going to make you money regardless. And it's done. It's done. It's on its way to be done. You just have to just push it and it will be amazing. And people are like, hashtag restore the Snyderverse. And I believe people are going to yell. People are going to be loud. I don't know what Warner Brothers is going to do at the end. I believe it's like an ego war. It doesn't make any sense that they don't want to make any money with this if it's already done. I'm hoping that AT&T comes back again to save the day. I intervene, but who knows what's going to happen. I mean, the Snyder Cut is a result from AT&T. This wasn't Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers did any of this. None of this. Because
head honcho from AT&T, man, when he saw the subscription level just going through the roof, man, and just the number of views that this movie was getting, man, like this dude was already like super excited to be like, he was already ecstatic from the results that were happening. So
yeah,
this mofo, man, he's definitely down to do another, like he's gonna try to launch out Justice League 2 or 3 or whatever that's coming out. I think he's just trying to see the negotiation part, but at the end of the day, man, like it's gonna be AT&T say, man, like whatever they say go. They own.
I'm hoping, man. If I were to guess, I believe this will happen. It's not a matter of if not of when, but it's just that I just don't understand the dance, man. I don't understand the end game. What is Warner Brothers' end game? What is the goal?
I mean,
like,
it's the same thing that happened with Spider-Man with Sony and Disney, isn't it? Like, it's
yeah. Why do they do this shit, man?
I'll say, I mean, that gives me hope of any kind at all, because everybody thought the relationship with Sony and Disney fighting for Spider-Man, who's like the biggest superhero, at least for entertainment purposes. Yeah. We all thought it was impossible, and they made it work somehow behind closed doors. After Sony said no, it'll never happen. You can't have Spider-Man,
dude. And this is two different companies. This is pretty much the same company fighting within. I mean, how do you felt when Spider-Man was about to leave the MCU, Chris?
I was heartbroken after they said that they were gonna be together, and then they said, "Oops, no, never mind." It shattered my heart. I was like, "Well, there goes hope for Spider-Man forever." I mean, it's
like having divorced parents, and you're the freaking kid, and they're fighting for you, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And you're super unhappy, heartbroken because you don't want to take side, but you're dude. I mean, this is what I want, and they don't fucking listen to you because they're fighting for you. It's like. It's crazy, man. And the same thing happens with Lucasfilm. It's the same thing. We got two philosophies, one company, like everybody pushing to their side, and the fans suffering, tired, being insulted, like completely frustrated. Like, how does these companies plan on making freaking money like this? It just blows my mind. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
It's the more the merrier. It gets a little bit more tired whenever the more comes with like exhaustion and like, is this canon? Did this ever happen, or should I just delete this? Like, this is very bizarre.
We're stepping into the moment that in life it's gonna be all multiverse. I believe Marvel is pretty much gonna do their own thing with the multiverse as well. DC is gonna do the same thing. So. Again, I believe there's a public for everything out there. I'm just concerned that just canceling one thing completely, just because it doesn't go with your vision, and it's making you money at the same time. I just don't understand it, man. I mean, and again, if you analyze this from a perspective of what a company should do to keep their customers happy and make money. It's like opposite day. No, let's just piss them off. No, let's just not do what they want. No, let's just restrain them for this. No, let's just make excuses. No, let's just change the whole thing. I mean, what are you gaining? Like, I'm asking through to you guys. I want to know your opinion. What are you gaining with this?
Oh, I am to the belief that I'll never have the answer to this. I'm never going to be in that board meeting. I don't have that information being exchanged. I don't fucking get it, and I'm never going to.
What goes on those board meetings, man? What? I don't,
Like,
dude.
That would be nice to know, man.
We could make money, or we could just piss a bunch of people off. So I don't know. But also, Snyder, you wanted to finish that little pet project of yours? Go ahead. Like,
Exactly. And then, dude, like 2 days before it releases, you got like articles coming out. No, we're gonna change Superman, and Superman's gonna be different now. Dude, the Snyder Cut is not even out. What are you doing? And then after that, 2 days before the freaking thing releases, they said, no, it's gonna come out, and we're happy that he made it, but we're just, but what it was like, we're just not gonna continue doing this. It's just like one-time thing. Like, dude, just basically sabotaging this shit yourselves. Like what's going on? I just, it's incredibly crazy, bro.
Nah, they just have a lot of stuff going on. They want to that's the thing, man. Like when you have so many characters like that, especially in the DC comics, man, like they just want to introduce a lot of people, but they're trying to do it like in TV shows now, man, which is kind of stupid because I want to see some of those heavy hitter characters that you're introducing. I want to see them in movies, dude. Like set them up right and eventually cross them over with like bigger characters. Like everything now, man, is just like apparently there's gonna be a Green Lantern series, but like, dude, like I don't care for Jon Stewart having his own TV show. Put that dude in a movie, man. Like let him shine there. And then if you want to have a Green Lantern series, then spin it off with him and like the lower versions, like Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and Kilowog and all those other guys. Like I don't know, man. Like everything's TV shows now because it's just based off the subscriptions, bro. But
yeah, like we're settling as fans for us to keep having access to this universe to do it on HBO. I want movies. Manny, I believe you want movies as well.
Yes.
But to this point, like fans are so against the wall. They're like, just please continue this thing on HBO Max and let's call it a day.
Media daddy, please.
Exactly. It's like we're not asking for much. I mean, this was cool. Let's just have a little more of this, and you can do whatever the f you want over there with Pattinson and whatever Superman color you want to bring. It doesn't matter. But we have Henry Cavill, and we have Affleck, and we have Cyber, and we have Wonder Woman, which was my favorite character on the Snyder Cut was Wonder Woman. Really, really great character. Amazing fight scenes. It was incredible.
I think it's the start of something great, man. No matter what happens, even if it doesn't happen soon, or if it does happen soon, the Snyder Cut might be the start of the all superhero movies and universes starting to restore to something nice.
This has been the reset button that we've all been waiting for. It's been pressed. They cannot fuck this up. Like this is literally probably their last chance, man. Like to be honest.